tenable for like most other men? You think they could get away with that too?
Well, I've been with the same bitch for it's going on 10 years.
And you think other guys could?
See, what happens is here's the thing. You're on a journey with this woman. Here's the thing about men. Men are very, and this is from doing field research, and of course I'm generalizing, you know. So the women who get upset about this is the ones that should get upset. The women who don't are the ones that have a sense of themselves and a sense of honesty, and then they move on from there. Here's the thing. We're on a journey together, and let's say our journey is in a car, our hypothetical, figurative journey in life. If I'm driving, okay, and I control the wheel as a man, and I'm driving, see, let's say every gas station we stop at is to emotionally fill up our gas tank, to fill up our emotional gas tank. If my girl runs the emotional gas tank, how many times do you think we're going to fucking stop on our journey? When she's mad at this, or she's tired, or she's on a fucking, you know, her monthly, and I got to stop and ask the guy, all right, give me 10, 12 roses on 2. All right, give me a nice meal on 3. Give me a movie and a fucking thing. Give me Valentine's Day on pump 4. If you're a guy and it trickles down from you, you're going to only stop at the gas station when you truly need to, so that your journey can be fruitful and your journey can you can get the most out of the journey, as opposed to every single second you got to keep filling up her emotional gas tank.
Tenable for like most other men? You think they could get away with that too?
Well, I've been with the same bitch for it's going on 10 years.
And you think other guys could?
See, what happens is
let that shit play. I ain't mean let it play twice, but I had to let that shit play. Alright, ain't nobody in the chat, so I ain't got to worry about the chat. I can duck that off. The way I can get my shit off. Yeah, shit. Ain't nobody in the goddamn chat. No need for me to have my black ass on the screens. Let go. I should have kept it open. I need to see something anyway. Positive reframing or alchemy, aka this is dedicated to Mr. Logic. I'm about to roast your ass. You a fucking canker sore to a conversation, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. Yeah, you're cancerous to a conversation, to say the least. But let me go ahead and get this shit started. Ain't nobody in here, so I think I better play me some music to hype myself up. I need to amp myself up. Not really. But we had a dope conversation, a dope show last night on Mo Love. Shout out to Mo Love. Yo, salute JD. What up with you? Yeah, I gotta roast Mr. Logic as like you missed a hell of a show. So we had a 12-hour show over there on Mo Love show. Well, she had a 12-hour show. Let me backtrack, because I'm the motherfucking truth. I don't like to lie. On her 12-hour stream, I think I was there for a good bit of it though. I was there for a good bit of it. Whereas Mr. Stupid Fuck, aka Logic, his ass came at the 10-hour mark. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to play the video. I will reference the video. Matter of fact, I should have put the shit in the I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the video in the description. That way, you know what I'm saying, if people want to look at it, they can look at it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it afterwards. Because yeah. You'll see. I'm gonna talk my shit on it first, and then I'm gonna drop the whatchamacallit, the link to the video But hell, you can find it. It's the 12-hour stream that Mo Love did just last night, aka. So anyway, we having a great conversation. 10 hours in, this fuck nigga come up, and this is the epitome of why I hate YouTube. Some niggas want to get up on panels, get into conversations just to amp shit up, start shit. You know what I'm saying? Put click type material out or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? The problem with that is you just interrupted a fucking conversation. We were building on something. We got into a conversation about the word burden, which is why this is the name of my title. You know what I'm saying? Positive reframing. Because I took the word that had a negative connotation to it and positively reframed it, and this motherfucker didn't understand it. I didn't change the word, just like alchemy. Alchemy is the art of taking base metals and turning it into gold. So basically taking bullshit and turning it into gold. Positive reframing is the same thing, taking something with a negative connotation and giving it a more positive feel to it, basically. And I told this dumb nigga, why you want to sit here and fucking argue semantics, because his argument was kids are a burden. Kids are a burden, huh? Okay. By definition, anything that's a heavy load to carry can be considered a burden. Anything that you consider to be a challenge or a heavy load could be considered a burden. But like I was telling him, especially when it comes to children, but I can use this in a lot of examples. That's how I know it stands up to the test of time. Because that's how they did in science. If you could perform a test in different ways, you know what I'm saying, using the same givens, then if you come out with the same result, then we can chalk that up as a fact. That's an absolute damn near. You know what I'm saying? We tried it 7 different ways, 7 different times, using the same 7 different things, and we came out with the same result. So this is what happens when you do this. In the sense of the word burden and labeling your kids a burden, yes, kids can be a burden. What doesn't make them a burden is that love aspect. That's the hidden thing. That's how you change something into a positive. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm conceding to the fact that okay, it may be a heavy load. It's a burden, right? In the sense that we got to make sure they're fed, we got to make sure they're housed, you know what I'm saying? All of that. We have to make sure of that now. You know what I'm saying? It's a burden that we have to do that. But if you love your kids, you're not going to look at it as a burden. Doesn't make it not a burden. The word is still there, but you're not operating from a perspective of it being a burden. You know what I'm saying? What up, Ivy Wally? But this fuck nigga wanna argue semantics like bitch niggas do. And we went into a circular ass conversation for the next 2 fucking hours. And I'm like, damn, bitch, we ain't come like you came up here to argue. You came up here to challenge. You came up here to sound motherfucking right. You came over here to take over the fucking podcast or whatever case may be. And it ain't even your shit. And I hate when niggas do that shit. Oh, you just want to be fucking heard. You want people to see that, see you right or something like that. Like, what the fuck is we doing? But to go back to the positive refraining, taking something like a word that has a negative connotation and turning it into something positive, I'm like, well, shit, that sounds close to what they do with alchemy. To take some base metals, which is some bullshit, and turn it into gold. The understanding is what people is missing, the understanding and the lack thereof of love. When DMX said God has a way of taking a bad situation and making it a beautiful situation without even changing the situation. And I was like, holy shit, huh? It hit me a certain kind of way. And I'm like, well, this is how warped my mind is, or this is how I think. I saw that, or I when I heard that and it went through my computer, I was like, damn, that's like alchemy. He took something that was some bullshit and turned it into gold. But what's missing? Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Is it magic? Is it witchcraft? Is it science? Is it what is it? And I was like, once I got the understanding, I said the missing thing is love. Nigga, love. Why you think God is love? Duh. I know everybody don't believe in God. Cool. You don't have to. He believe in your ass. You ain't got to believe in him. Just make sure you remember that when you see him. Um, but it's like it's the same shit. Cause even with Jesus, he was like, you think you think you think this an easy walk, my G? If you're gonna follow the path, you know what I'm saying, of righteousness, like I'm trying to do, then you're gonna have to grab your cross too. Look it up, aka burden. Grab your cross, grab your burden. Cause just like it was a burden for him to die for us, what God said, it was my love for y'all that made me send him there to do that job in the fucking first place. You ain't got to believe in him. But this is what I got out of that story. Like, I know y'all gonna fuck up. And my father done sent me here to die for you pieces of shit. Like, that's why I'm not Jesus. That's why Jesus is Jesus and I'm not. Cause I would have told Pops, look here, Pops, fuck them. They gonna fuck up anyway. I know that and you know that. Like, they gonna fuck up. Man, I'm not finna die for them motherfuckers. Fuck them. But that's why he didn't pick me. He chose Jesus. Cause that's why he's in charge. That's why he's the delegator, not me. But from my understanding, he took something that he knew was a fucking burden. But because the love that he had for his father, which, aka respect that he had for his father and obedience that he had for his father, he still died for our monkey asses. For us to be still out here continuing to do bullshit and asking for his same forgiveness when we do figure this shit out and get our shit together or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, that's don't sound too different from alchemy. Taking a bad situation and making a good situation without even changing the situation. I can apply that same logic to my divorce, to my first, family situation. I can label it a bad situation. It didn't end the way I wanted it to. I planned on being in my children's life for the rest of their lives. I didn't plan on having to move on or none of that extra shit. My plan was to be together, have kids or whatever like that. But then when life throws you lemons, the fuck, make a lemon meringue pie with that bitch. But I'm just saying. So I took a bad situation, aka my divorce, aka my broken home, and I turned it into a beautiful situation without changing the situation. The only thing that changed, because I couldn't go back and undivorce her or whatever the case may be, since the situation can't be fixed and it is what it is, then what is going to be the alchemy part of it? What is going to be the so-called witchcraft part of it? Well, the witchcraft is love. Something that you can't touch, taste, see, or feel, but it's real. That's the only difference. So now with the love, I can look back at that situation and be like, you know what? It just didn't work out. And being that it didn't work out, I don't hold no resentment towards you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bitter. I ain't mad or whatever like that. So I'm in the mind frame where I can take said kids that we have and still treat them with the love that they need. Because if I hold on to bitterness and hate you, when I see them or I see you in them, I'm going to hate that shit too. Cause motherfucker, I don't do halfway. If I don't like you, I don't like nothing that look like your motherfucking ass. I don't like nothing that smell like you. You know what I'm saying? If I don't like you, I don't like a motherfucker who resemble you. If the motherfucker walk like you, I don't like that motherfucker neither. If they drive the same kind of car you drive, I don't like them neither. If I don't like that motherfucker. That's but that's just me. I know me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers don't know themselves. They can't, you know what I mean? They can't say certain things. But my point is you got dumb motherfuckers because I'm like, nigga, we ain't even fucking disagreeing. I didn't say it's not a burden. You can't change words. You can't change words. I said, dummy, I'm not trying to change the word. It's still a burden. But I'm saying I don't look at it as a burden because of the love, because of the understanding that I have. Paying your fucking rent every month is a damn burden. But because you know you need a motherfucking place to stay, that you gonna look at it as a burden or you gonna look at it as a duty, a responsibility? And see, I was correlating it. He was correlating it to some monkey shit, and y'all can listen to it for yourself. I did my share, but I correlated it to something that I can understand. You know what I'm saying? Even in these spaces, what do we hear from these women? Marriage is slavery. Marriage is slavery. Half of these bitches, what else they saying? I don't want to have sex all the time. It's like a chore. They look at sex as a chore. They look at sex as a burden. They look at marriage as a burden. They're looking at being, you know what I'm saying, a mother these days as a burden. If I'm wrong, somebody fucking stop me. But for the people that are in happy relationships, because they do exist, despite what motherfuckers want to say over here on the goddamn internet, they'll, if you listen to them, you'll think it ain't number two working relationships ever. But for the people that's actually fucking with each other, they know that's a lie. Because if you love each other, even though this shit is a burden, because y'all are tackling it together and y'all are doing it with cooperation, it's less of a burden. I didn't say it eliminates the burden all the goddamn together. I said it lessens it. So this fuck nigga, that was my analogy. Let me tell you what this fuck nigga analogy is. Let me just give you a preview. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, warning, spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? This fuck nigga equated it to if you got, let's say you got something heavy to carry, you know what I'm saying, and you get 18 people, that still don't change the fact that it's a burden. I'm like, this dumb motherfucker, boy. Boy. I said, let me use your dumbass analogy against you to show you how you fucking prove my point, asshole. If you trying to carry something and it's heavy, yes, of course, it's a burden. But you said if I got 18 people, so I'm gonna use that shit. So if you use 18 people, that don't change the fact that it's still a heavy motherfucking thing that y'all about to do. So it's still a burden, but guess what is it's less of a burden now because you have help with it. And you're like, well, shit, you still needed people to help you to move the shit. I'm like, bitch, this your goddamn and dumbass analogy. I don't give a fuck where you get the 18 people from. I don't give a fuck why the 18 people are fucking there. Because that's something else that you want to overlook because you arguing from a place where you just want to motherfucking argue like you got a twat down there and not, you know what I'm saying, cojones. But this is how I know you just arguing for the fuck of arguing. Because even with your dumbass analogy, your logic falls in on itself when you're trying to say that I'm fucking wrong. Because I'm not trying to even be right. I'm using common goddamn sense. If I got 18 people, these are your 18 motherfuckers. I ain't asked where they come from, but if I got 18 people to fucking help me move this so-called burden, bitch ass dummy, either one or two things happened or had to happen. Either I found 18 people that was willing to help me because they didn't want to see me struggle with this burden by myself, or I compensated them in some kind of way to relieve me of this fucking burden and I won't have to do it by my damn self. So like I say, even still you're fucking, but you're not when you're not arguing or having a genuine conversation from a righteous standpoint, then you say monkey shit because you want to just sound right for the fuck of it. And it's so ironic because the topic of her conversation, which he couldn't speak to because he wasn't in the fucking know, but the actual topic was talking about validation, and he was a fucking textbook example of fuck niggas that get on the internet for validation. Let me get up here and debo the conversation and try to sound right. You sound like a dumb fuck. That's what you sound like. Nigga, life is a burden, nigga. But if you got somebody that give a fuck about you and you going, you know what I'm saying, and you go through it with them, which is the purpose of us to get our shit together as human beings and stop this gender war. Because, like I said, motherfuckers who look at their damn children from a love angle aspect because they actually give a fuck about them in the first place, they don't see their children as a fucking burden. I'm not trying to change the word. I'm trying to change the meaning. And then, like I say, but the motherfucker wasn't listening. He talking about society put a negative connotation on the word burden. I preface my whole fucking statement with I don't give a fuck what society does or don't damn do. That's not gonna work for what the fuck I got going on in my house. I can't worry about what the fuck society is doing. Because society, you mean the same society that said that being married to the same sex is okay? I'm supposed to listen to that society, motherfucker? You got me bent, bitch. So no, I don't give a fuck about what society says it is. And I was saying that. Y'all trying to make it a negative connotation. You a dumb fuck. But I'm telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even, I'm cool. Cool. I'm actually surprised. Cause I was behind the scene blowing blunts all night, motherfucker. I've been on this bitch for at least 10 hours before you came with your stupid shit. Well, I say probably about 8. I say at least 8 hours before you came with your stupid shit. And still ran circles around your dumb ass because you're not coming from a righteous place. Stupid. Motherfuckers make me sick with that shit. That's why some of these conversations, some of these panels, I don't even go up. He gonna disrespect the homegirl Mo Love channel and called it her channel Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm like, you disrespectful motherfucker. Like, and personally, I feel disrespected because I'm over here. So you talk about me too. Like, motherfucker, I'm a family man. Fuck you mean Sodom and Gomorrah, bitch. I understand what the fuck. You ain't talking over my head. I overstand. So of course that shit motherfucking rubbed me the wrong way to try to tell me I'm living in Sodom and Gomorrah. Fuck wrong with you? And you want to talk that shit from Germany? Well, if you don't get your ass out, what? Because he a military dude, you know what I'm saying? I know he from the States, but you say you live in Germany and you talking all this monkey shit like you give a fuck or even like have a clue what the hell going on over here. Shut the fuck up. You might got people over here, but if you ain't living it, shut the fuck up. Cause I could say I've been to damn Germany before. Bitch, you ain't the only nigga that been in the motherfucking military. Dickhead. Like, man, these motherfuckers just be on here popping and shit. Interrupt the whole good ass conversation. Like, we got on the medical shit. We were talking about the medical shit for a second. He like, oh, you one of them old go see Dr. Sabi type niggas. I'm like, do this nigga know who the fuck he talking to? I'm like, how the fuck stupid do I sound in this damn day and age trying to send you to a deceased doctor? Like, do you fucking hear yourself? Like, you can sit up there and promote hospitals and shit because you just found out about them last year. Your words. You just found out the importance of having your blood work tested and all that shit last year. So now that you on this new train, like, you want to be the authority of it. Like, I mean, shut the fuck up. Nigga couldn't even answer a simple question. Cause that's how I knew he was up there on the bullshit. This was my bullshit meter checker right here. I get you pushing us to go to the hospitals and shit like that. But what did people do before hospitals were invented? Ran around that goddamn question like for 100 goddamn minutes. My point to that shit was, if you can eat healthy, you can alleviate from having to go to the goddamn chop shop all the goddamn time. Because I understand at a certain age you got to check on your health, this, that, and the third. And I also brought up the fact that there is ways to do it. Don't wait till something go wrong and then go to the hospital. Don't go to the hospital by yourself. Make sure you go, you know what I'm saying, with somebody, because them knowing that you got somebody who give a fuck about you and who gonna watch over you and make sure they on their damn job is important. I'm not talking against the shit. But what I was asking was a simple question, just to see if he could answer it. And he didn't. Which means that, like I said, you ain't come up here to have a real genuine conversation. And we had the nutrition talk and all that shit, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And it's like, fuck is you pushing go to the hospital so they can put your ass on a permanent pill, versus, you know what I'm saying, trying to find a healthier alternative to that shit so you won't have to worry about it in the first place. Like, don't try to fix the effects of what's going on now. Try to prevent the shit. But if you got a doctor, which is if you got a private physician or whatever like that that you're working with, of course I promote that. But see, niggas don't be listening. They just stick to a point and they be so bullheaded and run with that shit that they can't listen to nothing outside of that. So even with all of that being said, yeah, you the type of motherfucker that said go to Dr. Sebi. Motherfucker, first of all, he ain't here. And if he was here, yes, I probably would have. Stupid asshole. Why the fuck not? But see, that's a whole different question for a whole another day. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Because while you want to talk shit about him, he went to the root of the fucking problem. Well, if I get to the root of this shit, then I can cure all the other things. Because all the other things are just side effects of this main root problem. Same shit with our community. We can stump this fire out, that fire out, this fire out, that fire out. Those fires are going to keep coming out if we don't go to the damn source. The source is us. Like I say, the parents. Because before you are parents, there's a couple of things that had to happen. If I'm not mistaken, you know, it's been 13 years since I had a child, so I might be a little dusty. But I thought it was some things that happened. Like, you had to see somebody you like, convince them that, you know what I'm saying, you worth them giving their pussy to. Then you got to get the pussy and shoot the club up, for lack of a better term, and get her pregnant. And if the baby make it, then you may have a child. So a lot of time that goes in between that. Sometimes, if nothing else, the damn 9 months. But if you ain't take time to solidify, build no relationship or no shit like that, then just having a baby don't mean that a motherfucker finna be around. You could blame that person all you want to, but hey, we got to be adults about the shit. But I noticed that it's only, certain people that only get to go back to that child state. You need to. This is our responsibility now. Or all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like you marry responsibility, huh? You misresponsible and all that good shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. Before you ain't know shit, but now you know a whole fucking lot. You know what? You know everything what I need to do in this situation, huh? But you ain't know you need to keep your legs closed. Okay. But it's too late now, cause we here now. It's a lot of shit that we can take and look at, you know what I'm saying, as something fucking negative and turn it into a positive. But as long as you got fuck niggas who don't really want to have that conversation, they only came up there to troll and shit like that. And like I said, the reason why I'm not gonna play her video because she was actually offended by that shit. She was actually offended by it because he was like, "Yeah, I got me some clips now. I got me some good clips." Oh, okay. So you came up here just to provoke shit and just say some shit to get a rise, to create content. I hate motherfuckers that do that shit when people up there having a genuine ass conversation. Motherfuckers going somewhere. Motherfuckers getting somewhere with the build. And here this motherfucker come in the shape of a big ass monkey wrench. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to the video in the description and let y'all check that shit out for y'all selves. Cause she was like, I don't do my channel for people to make clickbait and all that type of shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm not gonna play it, because I respect that. But I will link it because I want to give her channel some shine, because it's good to hear certain women, because they're talking on the side of righteousness, or at least trying to get an understanding if they don't know. And at this point, that's about all you can ask for, because this ship ain't going to be righted overnight, because it didn't get fucked up overnight. So we ain't going to be able to fix it overnight. And for the people that think we can, stop living in the motherfucking microwave, motherfucker. Because that's what you're doing. You pretty much living in the microwave. That's that I want it now ass attitude. Hell nah. Get the edit. Man, start time. Just put the shit in there. might have to I might have to put it in the chat. Let me see. I think I will put it in the chat anyway. And not in the live chat. Yep, I think I do that. Shout out to Miss Mo Love too. Oh no, I have to put it in there later. I'll put it in here. And then after the live, I put it in the other chat. But that's the link to the video. It's a long video, so like I said, you can go to the 10-hour mark. That's where all the shit go downhill from there on. So for those that like to watch a train wreck, just go to the 10-hour mark of this video. And you won't be disappointed. You might be. If you're a Logic fan, you're gonna be disappointed. Cause he picked the right motherfucker today. Bitch. Like, how you gonna get up earlier than me and I ain't went to sleep yet? Coming up there on that panel talking shit. Like, nigga, did you brush your teeth yet before you got your ass up there talking shit? 10 o'clock in the goddamn morning. No, it was like not 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever like that when he came on there. Or some shit like that. I woke up, grabbed my phone, seen who was live, and like, oh, okay, yeah, I think I might got me one. Nope, you got the right one, motherfucker. You got the right one. What the fuck you thought I was gonna back down? That's what you used to, being able to talk these niggas off panels, able to hype them up and rile them up enough to where they rage quit. Nah, that shit didn't work on me. But watch to the end, and you'll see who rage quit. The only reason why I rap because it was a minute before the 12-hour mark and we had to go anyway. But his last words was fuck love. I said love was the key to all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because even if me and my kid's mom somewhere along the line realize that this shit ain't working out, if I had real love for you, that shit ain't going nowhere. I can love you from a distance. And especially if we have kids, I'm going to hold on to at least a little bit, at least what we meant at the time that we made said children. I'm at least hold on to that so that when I do see them later on in life or whenever the case may be, or having to see them without being able to enjoy them with you, at least I can remember those good times and like I said, take that bad situation and make it a beautiful thing. Hey, at least I get to spend time with my children. Yeah, she may have moved on, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I can see my children and whatever the case may be. Cool, let's keep going. Because if she loved me, that love for me would be like, no, I'm not going to keep his children away from, you know what I'm saying, their father, because I love them. I'm not going to do them like that, and I have love for him. I don't have to be in love with the nigga, but because I had a child with him, I have love for him, and me having this love for him, I'm not going to put him through that. If he want to see his children, and it's not an inconvenience to me, I don't see why not. Love does that. But like I said, at the end, he said, fuck love. Okay, well, that further lets me know that, motherfucker, you're not having a genuine conversation. You came up here to play devil's advocate. And being the spiritual person that I am, not the Christian, but being the spiritual person that I am, I hate when motherfuckers play devil's advocate or be devil's advocate just for the sake of devil's fucking advocate. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Y'all check that out at the 10-hour mark and y'all enjoy, man. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this shit up. Y'all, it's been another episode of The Motherfucking Truth. Peace. Oh yeah, shout out to what it was, Joy Online, Joy for Real Online, Miss Joy. Yeah, salute to you too, Miss Joy. I appreciate that conversation. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta listen, man. Just listen. I had to tell this dumb nigga several times. We ain't even disagreeing, stupid ass nigga. But you trying to, y'all see. But some of y'all already know. Y'all already know. But I guess I'm gonna have to be the fuck nigga eliminator for these spaces. I'm gonna change my name to Al. I'm gonna take some bullshit and make it something beautiful, and I ain't gonna change shit. I'm just gonna attack it with love. And with that, I'm out.
There's a difference. There's disrespect and there's honest. I'm always honest. If you call it disrespect, you can call it what you want to, but I'll never be belittling, downing, ridiculing, or just making someone feel lesser than they are. But I tell the truth. That's what I do. I have no lie in me. There's a difference.